bring the hits, nigga. Straight fat, straight. Tryna hit the fours list, nigga. Fat, straight. Yeah, I'm back. Straight fat. In my bag. Straight fat. Came to bring the hits, nigga. Straight fat.
And we're back with another episode of the Flagrant 2 with X and Lou. What's this, number 18? Episode 18?
Episode 18, yes.
Episode 18, man. Oh, man, NBA playoffs in full effect. X was not here last week because he was dodging non-discriminate women in clad attire. Huh?
I was here last week.
You wasn't here last week. You was in Houston. I did the episode without you.
I wasn't here the week before that.
Are you sure?
I'm positive because episode 17 has me and you looking right at each other. Look, y'all, he just trying to I'm a bad
try to stir the pot.
That's what it is, y'all.
That's all.
That's y'all. That's
if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. It helps out the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button so you could be notified to all of our newest episodes. And please like, share, comment, man. Leave us some comments. Tell us we're doing a bad job. Tell us our takes suck. Say X is ugly with his light eyes. Like, just
I sound like a hater. But we talking about, man, could we get a new subscribe button? That thing look dusty, bro. We gotta talk to production about that.
What happened?
I said that subscribe button look dusty, bro.
We can change it.
It's in like 480p, bro. I ain't even give it 360. It's better than 360. It's like 480p, bro.
480p is crazy. That's the Nintendo 64 era.
What's up?
My brother T-Town in the building.
Already started. That's crazy.
Clap it up for my brother.
I ain't know y'all already started. My bad.
Nah, you good. You good. You gotta give me a big class. I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's a cute class.
What's good, man?
You know.
Nah, we literally just started, bro.
You know, you literally
just started. But you know the vibes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He hates it. He hates it.
I don't hate it, bro. I don't hate it.
Yo, heck, you get me a hater all your life, bro.
I'm not a hater, bro. Look. If you see the show, man, I'm a long life New York fan. But you know, they had us in a bad relationship for so long. You know, you hurt so much.
Y'all let go that.
You know, it's hurt so much. It's just like I still got love. Like, you know what I mean? I wanted to succeed, and I'm a rep. New York with it. It's like, hey, yo, let's go. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna have a hat on. I got shorts though. I got some shorts. I ain't got to work. I can't see the shorts. I got some shorts. New York is still there, bro.
And get over it, man. It's a new era. It's a new day. You know what I mean?
It's cool, bro. It's cool. It's cool. I ain't hating on them. Love them.
Let's get into the show, man. Pacers, Cavs. Oh man, it's been more Pacers than it has been Cavs. What's going on here, man? Hey, my friendly co-host X, who said the Cavs was gonna not get outpaced.
Why you say like that, bro? Like, come on, bro. I gave him some credit. I said they was gonna get one. I didn't say swept. I said they was gonna get one game. Remember, I said they was gonna get. I said they was gonna get one game.
What was it? Hold up.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yo, bro, leave me alone.
All right, my bad, bro. My bad. Budweiser is crazy. I felt redneck for a second. Like, are we?
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say the same thing, bro.
It's America's beer, bro. It's America's beer.
America.
Yo, that's
even the phone was like, take me out of here.
Yeah, it's America's beer.
Oh man, that's bad funny. But yeah, man, there's so many pieces to catch.
But like I was saying, I said the Pacers was gonna get one game.
They got two.
Let's keep it a stat though, y'all. These are wins from
Hopefully,
injuries.
Garland,
Garland
no
first
There we go.
game.
Mhm.
No Garland first game. Close game. Game winning shot type shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Game 2, you don't have Garland, Mobley, or Hunter. Close game winning shot type shit. Bro, at the end of the day, these are wins of injuries. This is what happens in the playoffs, and we know this. Teams make it by injuries. It happens. Did I say the Pacers was going to sit here and get fucking absolutely smoked every game? No, I said what I said. They was going to get one game. And legit, the first game, even without Garland, I was saying here, like, this is one of the reasons why, because they was moving differently compared to what the Cavs are used to. The second game, going crazy. Donovan Mitchell had like 50 points. You telling me if Garland wasn't out there,
that's crazy.
even Mobley was out there? Come on, bro. That would have been a whole different game.
Quick question.
Quick answer.
Without these guys, because last year the Celtics made it to the finals due to everybody that they ran into was injured as well.
Okay.
So is this a tale of two seasons?
What do you mean?
As far as with the Pacers, because if the Pacers are beating the Cavs, because the Cavs are clearly not 100%, they clearly can't play their brand of basketball because they're missing key components to what they like to do.
I mean, we got to think about this, bro. The Pacers and I said it like this. The Pacers is a well team. As far as the team goes, we have a fantastic structure with Halliburton. The team, the pool under, and this is like 2-3 years in they getting past people. Key players are injured at the end. And when you're a well machine, if that other team loses one cog, Indiana's just gonna go ahead and make their runs because that's just what they do. You gotta understand. They played Milwaukee the other year. What's his face was hurt at the beginning. They win.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Last year?
Exactly. Yeah. Come on. Let's talk about that if we're gonna talk about it.
But that's what I was saying. I mean, I feel like it's a tale of two seasons because if you look at last season, on the Celtics run to the finals, they ran into a whole bunch of teams that was injured.
But what are we bringing them up for? What's they doing?
I'm just saying it's a tale of two seasons. This is why the Pacers could potentially move past the Cavs because the Cavs are not at 100%.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm saying. You saying it like you were right. The Pacers was sitting here gonna have a better chance.
I was
reason
right
they got a
I
chance.
said that the Pacers was going to get more than one win.
Okay, but they got more than one win.
Circumstances or not, I said that they was going to get more than one win.
And I'm saying here, telling you, like, yes, I agree with you. Okay, they got more than one win, but this is more than one win due to injuries.
Oh, come on,
you sitting here sitting here saying, "Oh, my point," but T-Time, am I wrong or am I right? Like, come on.
I mean, you are not wrong. You are not wrong. You are not wrong, but that's part of the game. You feel me?
That's what I said.
Yeah, nobody cried for the Knicks when we got bumped last year because of injuries. You feel me? Nobody was not one tear shed. Oh, what could have been? It was Indiana was the better team at that moment, and unfortunately, Cavs is going through what we went through last season. I still feel like Donovan Mitchell is leaps and bounds the best player on the court. Yeah, I mean, even with the other injuries, Donovan Mitchell still has the ability because he's way better than Halliburton, and they don't even have a number 2 on. Well, I'm lying. Siakam's tough, but still, I still take Donovan Mitchell over Halliburton and Siakam any day of the week. Yeah, I mean. That Cleveland
Siakam hasn't even been their number 2 this series. It's been it's been what's the big
Turner.
Yeah, Turner. It's been Turner. Turner's been the number 2 this series.
Regardless, whoever you want to pick, it don't matter. I still take Donovan Mitchell over any 2 parent, right? It's up to the Cleveland to figure out how to win this series. And we all know Tyrese Halliburton is a front runner. I think he saw them injuries and was like, yeah, we could actually win this. And now he turning up. He don't play like this when things ain't going his way. You feel me? When the chips ain't on his side, he don't play like this. I think, you know, how Donovan Mitchell is playing now this season. He need to while the injuries happening, he need to revert back to some of the old Donovan Mitchell. I'm about to give y'all 60 and ain't nothing y'all can do about it. That's the
Bro, he
Donovan.
went for 50, bro.
I said
And it
60.
was, I understand, but I'm just saying he went for 50, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and it was
They
just
still
the rest
lost.
of the team not being there. And this is what I'm saying. This guy right here, he want his point to be proven so bad that y'all lost to them the same way
look,
last
my
year.
point was
Y'all felt some type of way.
My point was proven though. I said that the Pacers was gonna win more than 2 games. They did.
But if the Cavs was healthy, do you think these 2 games would even been lost?
That's semantics though. Like I'm not gonna talk about the what ifs, bro.
All right.
Your best ability is your availability.
I'm gonna hold that to you because when you come up with a nonsense take that you always do,
it's my job. My job is to come up with the hot takes, and your job is to either be right or wrong about what I'm talking about. That's your job. My job is to come up with the hot takes. All right.
Bruh.
It's my job.
I don't know about your job. That's just what you do in life, and it's crazy that you could live like this.
Look, I like what the Pacers are doing. They're using the injuries.
They're using injuries to get by. It's been 2-3 seasons in a row. Go ahead. The Indiana injuries. That's what we're gonna call them. You gotta
do what you gotta do to win. A win is a win at the end of the day. Doesn't matter about what's going on in the other locker room, what's going on in this locker room. We gotta win. So at the end of the day, the Pacers did their job, and they took 2 games on the road. Now they're gonna go back home. They're probably gonna lose. It's cool. We already took 2 home games, and
probably gonna
lose this series. We can hang our banner. That's what the Pacers are gonna do. I really don't care. I don't like the Pacers. I don't like the Pacers nor the Cavs. I don't care what happens in the series. All I know is Pacers, Cavs. What do we not have? Knicks in 5, man. Come on, let's talk about it.
Y'all up 2-0 on the road. You talk about Knicks in 5. Why you ain't talking about a sweep right here, guys?
That's been my motto since after game 2. I was outside. I don't know if y'all saw. I was outside. You know what I mean? Knicks in 4 for sure. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all running the family show over here, so I'm gonna keep my words. But when I talk about the Knicks, you know how I go. But yeah, pack them up. Those dudes are soft. Pause. You know what I mean?
I'm still waiting on my shirt, by the way.
I got it. That's the crazy part. It's just in the car. I gotta mail it, bro. Like it's literally in the whip right now. I just gotta mail it.
I need that, bro. I need that for the correspondence, man.
Yeah, but yeah, Jason Tatum, the fakest version of Timu Kobe. You feel me?
Kenobi.
Yeah, Timu Kobe. Yeah, I mean he want to be Kobe so bad. You know what's funny about Jason Tatum? Jalen Brunson is everything he want to be.
It's crazy because I never modeled his game after Kobe. His game is more tailored to KD than it is to Kobe.
He's the only one though. He does though. He does. That's the point. Timu Kobe. You missed the I still text Kobe's phone number. And if Kobe is rolling over in his grave watching him play in these playoffs, like, ew. What is that?
Yeah, I seen a tweet that said it's like Steve Kerr was right about Jason Tatum.
Oh, damn, that's a whole fact. That's a whole fact.
Crazy, bro. But I said it. I think I said it to T-Tom on Facebook. I said that it's crazy how Jason Tatum, though Jaylen Brown got Finals MVP, and Jaylen Brown's the only one showing up to this series, other than Peyton Pritchard, who I hate his soul.
And on the bum.
Oh, the bold what is it, Derek White?
Yeah, Derek White balling out too. But look, this is something I was saying since the regular season. No cap. And in relation to Boston. So all that 3-point stuff is fly in the regular season. Shots don't fall the same in a playoffs. And the more you miss, the more pressure is on the next shot. And we're seeing that. You know what I mean? And we're seeing that with the Boston Celtics. The games are getting closer, and when the game, that's crazy. The games are getting closer, and as the games get closer, you see they start to freeze up from the 3-point line. You know what I mean? And it's gonna remain true. I think we got their heart. It's over. You know what I mean? 6-4.
I want to say 4. I still think Celtics are gonna win one in the Garden. I think that if we win tomorrow night, it's just gonna be a tougher hill for the Celtics to climb. I mean, but it's tough. You look at just looking at the stats alone, they take 63s in game 1, only made 15. So they missed 45 threes, right? Then you look at game 2, they took 43s. So in 2 games, they took 100 threes and they only made 25 of them. They're shooting 25% total from the field, from the 3. If the 3 ball is not working, what do? Get easier shots, get better defensive possessions to lead into easier buckets. Get into more aggressive half court stances to attack the rim and go downhill. So that way, when you kick out, those kickouts become more prominent. They become more. You have easier looks. They were saying that the percentage of shots that they took out of the 33, 75 of those threes was contested. 75 threes. So you're taking 70 at 100 threes that they took, 75 of them was contested. That's insane. So the 25 that y'all made was uncontested. It's insane to me. It's insane. You cannot live and die by the 3 without having. If the 3 is not working, there can't be. What are we gonna do? We're panicking because the 3 is not working. There has to be a plan B. That plan B is not working. There has to be a plan C. And we talked about an X coming into the playoffs period. What's going to win the game for these series in round 2 is coaching and adjustments. Tibbs has made the adjustments. Came back with 2 20-point deficits to overcome odds in the fourth quarter to win the game. Doesn't matter how they did it. Doesn't matter if it wasn't pretty. Doesn't matter how sloppy they were in the first and second quarters of the first 2 games. What matters is what happens at the end of the game and who comes out with the W, and that's what the Knicks did. So at the end of the day, Missoula needs to figure things out.
2 things, right?
I mean, go ahead.
If you listen to the Celtics talk, they have no plans in changing what they do. Yeah, I mean, they believe this is how we got here. The shots will eventually fall. I think that's dumb as hell. But hey, knock yourself out, right? And 2, Tibbs teams always won ugly. Always. You go all the way back to Chicago. They won ugly. Give Derrick Rose the ball, and we're going to play stupid defense. And our star is going to outplay your star, and we're going to win. You know what I mean? And it's pretty much the same model here. You feel me? We're going to win ugly. It's not going to be pretty. We're going to
It's crazy because Tibbs definitely has his starting 5 is similar to the starting 5 he had in Chicago with Derrick Rose. The only difference is Derrick Rose was way more athletic than Jalen and didn't hit the threes consistently as Jalen does. And Joakim Noah wasn't hitting threes. He wasn't no cat. That was about it. But I mean, you look at everybody else.
Mitch is supposed to be the Joakim Noah in that situation, if you think about it. That's Mitch.
Mitch would be, but I'm talking about as far as the starting lineup. So Cat would be in the Joakim Noah role, but Cat stretches the floor. Cat makes it so much harder for defenses to kind of cue into Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, for sure. But like if the lineup would go how it should go, I mean, with Mitch and Cat starting, Cat would be more of like
he should be a 4.
He'll be the Todd Gibson on steroids. You feel me? Like
I mean, when he'd be like Carlos Boozer.
Nah, he'd be more like Boozer.
And Todd Gibson in a what you call it, the dance move that they do in Dragon Ball Z.
The fusion.
Yeah, and then you make that Super Saiyan 4, right? Like that would be Cat in that role, and then you got When you compare Brunson to Derrick Rose in that situation, it's the fact that they're buckets. You feel me? Like you got a point guard that's a bucket. You got OG who's the luau dang. You feel me? Like so this is why we have the success that we have it now. Because my bad, y'all.
No, you all right. Nah, but I'll continue. When we talk about this series, we're gonna talk about shot variance, and this is the one thing we was discussing and everything with his 3-point shots and everything. It's crazy that they miss so much shots because just the day before we were talking about the Timberwolves. They were historic in 2 games with missing shots.
Mm-hmm.
And then that stat gets beat the very next day.
Yeah,
the very 2 days later with the Celtics because they go ahead and miss the most shots in a 2-game span from 3-point line, which is just showing us exactly the variance of 3-point shooting. 3-point shooting can win you the series, can win you a whole title. We saw it with Golden State, so we can't sit here and say this is the worst idea in the world. It's won them 60 games throughout the season. The problem with this right here, going into this matchup, is the fact that Jason Tatum has turned into prime Tobias Harris. He's just a light-skinned bird like that. Yeah, to laugh at that. He is turning to Tobias Harris, and the problem with this Celtics basketball right now is that their thing was, if their 3-point shot wasn't really working too well, they would fall into the mismatch hunting and taking advantage of the mismatch. The problem with is Jalen Brunson, he's hedging out, getting back to his man, and then when he does get the mismatch, when Tatum does get the mismatch, on Brunson, he's not using his size. The thing is, he can't use his strength because Brunson is a little stocky motherfucker, so he can still strong. He pushes him off his spots, so he got to work early to actually get in those spots. Before that, then sometimes when he does get somewhere where he has an advantage, he doesn't request the ball. You got Brunson on the block, and you're not really requesting the ball like you really want it. Like you don't want these moments. These are the moments you're supposed to be here for. You're the superstar on this team, and you don't want the ball. You got Cat on you. You're supposed to be torturing him like you used to do Joel Embiid in these matchups. You letting Cat off the hook. And then we got to think about it. Porzingis, you got to be the most disappointing person out of all of this because you just haven't been available, and you're one of the main reasons why they got you is to be able to take care of mismatches. You got Brunson shouldn't even want to be on the floor with these guys because he's so small. Let's get the mismatch. Let's throw it down there and let's kill him. Like Brunson, if you put up 40, we're gonna get 50 on you. We're going to neutralize like that. They haven't done that. They haven't been able to do that, take care of these matchups. And it just shows like you go ahead and you fourth quarter, they're shooting like 15 for 60 between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. That is unfathomable. You got to out-execute these guys. Jalen Brunson is showing you everything that you need to do. That's what you need to do, Tatum. If you went blow for blow with Brunson at the end, both games, y'all would be winning. But instead, you're soft. Prime Tobias Harris. Here we go.
Jaylen Brown has been the most exciting piece to watch out of that entire team. Like the way that he started off the first quarter and got into the second quarter, they should have kept having the ball go through Jaylen Brown. But once the ball started to go through Jason Tatum, it was like things started to get a little stagnant. Everybody started missing shots. Timing is off. And when we talk about quality shots, it doesn't matter if you're wide open. It's about quality shots. Are you rushing your shot? Are you taking your time on your wide open look? Are you are you getting yourself in position to shoot the ball? Are you ready to receive the ball and shoot it? There's so many variables that go into what the Boston Celtics want to do. And I don't feel like they've put themselves in a good position when it comes to the second half. You see a lot of those shots they're forced threes. I counted 10 shots in the third quarter alone where they took a 3 with 20 seconds left on the shot clock or anything over 18 seconds. This,
It should be over
what
there
are we doing
on
here?
the couch.
You're asking for the Knicks to come back, and that's exactly what they did.
Yo,
They,
Lou.
they, they went through an 8-minute stretch where they didn't score not one field goal,
Yo, Lou.
not even a free throw.
All that catch and be ready in position shit, that sound nice.
Mhm.
They heart pump Kool-Aid, bro. It's that simple. They heart pump Kool-Aid. Because we watch these games. They've got number of open shots, dog.
No, they
Wide
have, yeah.
open. Butt booty naked, wide open pause.
Mhm.
Right? And they miss them. You know why? Because they heart pump Kool-Aid. They not built for this, bro. I'm trying to tell you. And Jason Tatum is literally the epitome of that. He's one of those guys when things are going good, he's gonna show out. He gonna show out when things is going good. The team has the advantage. They looking good. The ball is moving around. They cooking people. Oh yeah, he gonna give you 40 on top of what they doing. But when it come down to gut check time, somebody please. He got one game in the playoffs, and I can't remember what team it was against. I think it was against Milwaukee. It was like and that was like 3-4 years ago, where he like really showed out and pulled his team to victory in the playoffs. Other than that, he has no signature playoff games outside that one.
Mm.
He's not that guy, bro. He's not that guy. They give him the crown as being one of the best players in the league. I don't believe him. I don't believe that team. They all soft. You feel me? I don't because
I don't want to say they
because
also. Peyton Pritchard has been real rock solid for them. So is Derek White. Derek White has probably been the most consistent defensively and offensively
and
for
guess
them.
what?
Jalen Brown has pulled his own
In the
weight.
fourth quarter, Jalen Brunson in clutch time, Jalen Brunson is outscoring their whole starting five, and that
Mhm.
includes
But that's
Derek White.
because the ball is stopping and going
Yeah.
through Jason Tatum. If it's not working, you have to go through the guys that it is working for. And that's the problem that the Celtics are running into. If the ball is going through Jalen Brown in the fourth quarter, I guarantee you they would score more points.
Yo,
Jalen Brown is
Derek
putting his
White got
head down
open
and
shots
getting
in
to
the
the rim.
fourth
He's
two
going
games.
downhill.
That's all
He's
I'm
being
saying. In
aggressive.
crunch time, we watched Derek White miss 3-point shots too.
That
You know what
and
I
that's
mean?
what this is the thing with the variance we are talking about. At the end of the day, Jalen Brown in the second half hasn't been anything else to talk about
Yeah,
either.
it's just been in the first half.
He
The second
hasn't.
half, it's like
And
they switch off. You have
yeah,
the
and
first
this
half,
is the
I'll get the second
thing.
half.
Yeah, and this is the thing. You gotta understand. Talk about putting the ball in his hands. The problem with that is the fact that the team is shooting a terrible 3-point volume. So it's just like not he can't punish the mismatch. His knees still hurt. Let's keep it a stack. So if you
Oh,
want
you talking about
Jalen
Brown?
Brown to be if you want Jalen
Yeah,
Brown to be
yeah.
the guy in the fourth who's running around, I'm fine with that because at the end of the day, you just ran around 3 quarters. You played 7, 8 games already. And you talk about you gonna come here and try to go ahead, go crazy, Brown. And it's showing the fatigue factor, his
Yeah.
knees.
Same with Drew.
He's
Same
not
with
gonna
Drew.
be
Drew
as
don't look good.
explosive and everything. None of them. And it's just like
Yeah.
you want this, but it's just like these guys have blown 2 20-point leads. Get to 30 points this game, bro. So y'all can actually get a win. Because if y'all don't get 30-point lead, bro, y'all just gonna lose. Because this is just crazy, bro. Like at the end of the day, it's just a whole fact. Jason Tatum hasn't been decisive. We talking about he took his leaps in playmaking. He took one of those leaps, and when we talk about superstars, this one is mislabeled because when we think about superstars, we think about people who take over this, that, and the third. He's a superstar in his own right for his team. He's an overall superstar as far as all the factors that he goes ahead and part.
Yeah.
But he's not that dominant superstar as we was talking about, like Kobe type. No, he's not.
No, he's not a closer.
And that's one of the problems right now that is showing. And it's just like, yo, come on, Tatum. You need more out of you. This is the time, like you said, he hasn't had any of these moments. This is one of the times where you just need to nut up and go crazy, my boy.
Yeah, I got a question, right?
So,
Because ever since game 2, I've been, pausing deep rabbit holes with Knicks content, and what I'm noticing on like from the major media outlets, they're spinning this narrative that game 3 is a must win for the New York Knicks.
It
Do
is.
y'all agree with that?
I
It
think
is.
so.
It is.
I
It's a must win for
absolutely
us.
think so because at the end
It's a
of the
must win.
day, look, we had 3-1 comes back. We had it happen once. 0-3 comeback, never. Let's just keep it a stack. If you lose 3 games in a row, what's the chances of you really winning 4 games in a row?
So,
Yep.
so my question, you answering it as I'm saying, is it a must win for the Celtics? I'm saying, is it a must win
No,
for the
it's a
Knicks?
must win for the Knicks.
I think it's still
It's absolutely a must win for us. I'll give you 2 reasons. The first reason is one because you already took 2 games at home on the road. You took 2 games on the road. We've won every single game on the road so far in the playoffs. We're like 1-5 or something like that at home. So this is just to get your morale together to win just 1 game at home. The game 3 aside. Now, game 3 here, it's a must win. It's the pressure is on the Knicks. It's still on the Knicks. The Celtics, I don't think that I know that you feel like we kind of like knocked their heart out. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for one instance. I think that realistically, the Celtics are still the better team with the better players. We don't have as deep as a bench as Boston. We don't. I think that Mazzulla is a better coach than Tibbs. I just think that Tibbs is out coaching him this series. But just because you could get out coached one series doesn't mean that you're the better coach going forward. I still think Mazzulla is the better coach. Secondly, the pressure is on us. We're home. We get to come home. And we got home cooked meals. We get to be with our wives. We get to chill with our kids, rest, relax in our own homes. We got to go to the Garden and we got to prove that those first 2 games, those first 220 point comebacks is not a fluke, that we can do this and we could win. We have to put the pressure on the Celtics. That's why it's a must win for the Knicks. You don't want to give them hope. You don't want to give them you don't want them to win game 3 and then give them the confidence to go ahead and win the rest of this series, because we could very much lose 4-2.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I'm with him on that as far as you don't want to allow the Celtics a chance to figure out what they can do to adjust to missing these shots, as well as them start to get hot from making these shots, because we've seen what happens. Y'all went down 20 points 2 games, and then they went ice cold. If they stayed lukewarm, those are 2 losses, bro.
Yeah.
Look, if they stay lukewarm, those are 2 losses, bro. I don't care what face you make. If Tatum goes blow for blow with with Brunson at the end, it's a loss regardless. Y'all probably wouldn't even have y'all starters in. Actually, y'all would have y'all starters in because y'all got Tibbs. But
so boom. This is the crazy part, right? We keep on focusing on how bad the Celtics has been playing offensively. And nobody ever speaks the fact that the Knicks are top 5 offensive team in the NBA this season. And we haven't played nearly as well as we can offensively. That's something that should be a pen in everybody's hat too. So you saying if they would have did this, we could be down 2-0. But the Knicks ain't play their best offense neither. Like, everybody want to give them that caveat and that lead. And this is why it's not a must win for the Knicks. We're playing with house money. Any other team that goes and steal 1 at the opponent's home, they're clapping it up and saying, you did your job. You got 1 on the road. We take 2 in Boston, and we're the ones who have all the pressure now. That makes no sense as a severe underdog. Everybody said it was going to be Celtics in 5 or a sweep. And we take 2, but we the ones who have all the pressure, not the team that's staring down an 0-3 deficit in the playoffs. That to me, that doesn't compute. You feel me? We looking at all we looking at all the things that the Celtics could do offensively, and if they play to their best abilities, the Knicks have yet to do that. And in the regular season, they only played the Knicks 1 time full strength, and that went to overtime. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Celtics are a hell of a team. I'm not saying they trash. You feel me? Obviously, I want to win game 3. duh, right? But to say that all the pressure's on the Knicks, that's kind of crazy.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it's
wouldn't
crazy
say
at
all
all.
the pressure.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
I don't,
all
yeah,
the pressure,
I would
but
say
he said
75% of the
that.
pressure
But
is on us. That's what I would say. I'm giving us. I would give it a 70-30 split. With the pressure being on us. I get what you're saying that we playing with house money, but this is still the reigning NBA champions. These are still the favored team. Like everybody is still favoring. Vegas is still favoring the Celtics. The league the players, everybody is still favoring the Celtics. Nothing is given. Everything has to be taken. The Knicks took 2 games on the road. Kudos. Now we have to go home and we have to handle business. The thing is, when it comes to saying that the pressure, you want the pressure. Pressure makes diamonds. So at the end of the day, if you want to be put in these pressure situation and the Knicks want to go to where ultimately they want to go to, you have to shine in this pressure and you have to take on the role, the underdog role, and say, no, this is a must win for us. If you don't, if you go into this series thinking that the must win is on them, then you're giving them the game. I don't.
mean, you're confounding what the Knicks mentality should be with reality, right? Yes, their mindset should be, yes, we need to go take care of business. We have to do this. You feel me? Like that's their mentality. But the reality is the pressure is not on them. And here's why: because God forbid we lose game game 3, we still have another game at home. The likelihood that we're going to lose both at home is low. You feel me? Especially with the way, especially
No,
with the
it's
way the
low,
Celtics
bro.
been playing. See, y'all, and we all gassed off that the Celtics are this great championship team when we all know that you just said it earlier. They had the easiest path to a championship
I
ever.
didn't say the easiest. I didn't say the easiest.
Bro,
I
bro.
just said that their
Who,
path was
who,
mired with injuries.
who they played
They
first
went
round?
against
They
teams that
played
were injured.
last year. They played Miami Heat first round, right? Jimmy Butler was hurt.
Miami Heat was, I think Miami Heat was the only team that they played at full
No,
strength,
no,
and
they
Miami
didn't.
still
Jimmy
gave
Butler
them.
was hurt.
Jimmy Butler got hurt during that series.
He didn't finish the series. My point. I think he got hurt in like the second game, bro.
I think it was his knee.
Yeah, he got hurt in the second game. Who they play second round?
The Bucks, I think.
The Bucks. Giannis got hurt.
no, they play the
They
Cavs.
played the Cat.
Oh, that's right.
Donovan
Yeah,
Mitchell
yeah,
was
yeah. Play the
out.
Cavs. They
Donovan
played the
Mitchell was
Cavs.
out that whole series. He was in street clothes. Then they played
The
the
Pacers.
Indiana Pacers. Halliburton got hurt. And then the Mavericks forgot how to play basketball. So this is why I'm not. And if you remember that those playoff series, they weren't nothing spectacular. The Celtics was nothing spectacular last year in those playoffs.
Jaylen Brown was spectacular. That whole
Jaylen
playoff run.
Brown, the only person, Jason Tatum, MIA, Milk Carton.
Derek White was. I say it was Derek White and Jaylen Brown because Derek White earned himself a contract. That whole.
But my point is this:
he earned himself a
everybody
contract
is
and shaved his head.
giving. Everybody is giving. The Celtics this. If they can, but if they haven't done it, I don't care about if they haven't done it until they prove against the Knicks that they can. I don't want to hear about if they start shooting. They're 25 for 100, bro. 25 for 100, and they have to prove to me that they could get that they could toughen up, meet the moment, and make shots. They haven't done that to me yet. 2 20-point leads, dog. That's more concerning for them than that's more concerning for them than it is for us. Because now we got confident, like, yo, no matter what happened, we gonna beat these bums.
Yeah.
You feel
There's
me?
a lot of
Like,
confidence.
yeah, I know. I get what y'all saying because I get the theory behind it. They won 60 games. They one of the highest rated. But all that is based off of 3-point shooting. All of it. Their
All it
offensive
takes is
numbers.
one game for you to get hot. The Warriors could attest to that.
Bro, but even the Warriors didn't take this many threes in their prime. The Warriors has never shot 43s a game, bro. With Steph and Clay. It's never happened.
I mean, if Clay and Steph are taking 43s, they're making 50% of them.
Bro,
It's
but
Steph and Clay.
that's fact. That's
Prime.
fact. But it's never happened though. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They mixed up their game.
I mean,
and that's what I think is gonna
that's
happen. That's what I think is gonna happen in this next few games, bro. They're really gonna have to do something, bro. And it depends on. I ain't gonna lie, and I said I was disappointed in him, but it depends on if Porzingis could come back, bro, because he's gonna be one of the people who's mismatch heavy. Yeah, he's gonna be one of the mismatch heavy ones that you could actually have out there who could really get you an easier shot down there, no matter where he at on the block.
But X. Why would you expect any different from who he was his whole career?
Well, I mean, he's dealing with the illness, ain't he?
Yeah, he's dealing with the illness. But the thing about it,
is Mr. Street clothes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the one thing I'm saying here. Like, that's one of the biggest things. But I'm like, it's gonna be him and Tatum. Those two is really gonna be the ones who I think Tatum's gonna have a completely different game going into this one. He's gonna be more decisive, and he's gonna just have a better game. I could put my money on that one. He's gonna have.
My question is, X,
don't do it
at the end of the game.
You work
14
hard for
seconds.
your money, X. Don't do
it. Yeah, X. 14 seconds left in the game. Jason Tatum takes the ball down. Instead of driving to his right, where Brunson and Hart are on the right side, he drives to the left to OG and Mikal. Not only that, they had a timeout in their back pocket. Whose fault is it that a timeout wasn't called? Missoula's or Tatum's?
Missoula.
It's gonna be Missoula. At the end of the day, once you're in that mode, you feel like, oh, I gotta get a shot up. I gotta make something happen. A coach at that point, you gotta be like, yo, let me just call a timeout. Because at the end of the day, you just out there trying to get a bucket somehow, some way.
But when do you call that timeout?
As soon as they
when you see him.
But I mean,
because
at the end of the day, you can't. Because at the end of the day, I don't think a timeout was going to be called. It's either was going to be called earlier, but he had the mismatch he wanted in Mitchell. He wanted a slower footed defender. The only problem is just like that's still Mitchell. That's not Cat or nothing. That's still Mitchell. He's still long, athletic, a player. But the thing about it is he still got by him. He just needed to have a better go-to shot at that point.
Well, I mean,
instead of fading away, he went to the basket.
Mitchell Robinson was to push them to that side.
But yeah, that's exactly. He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
And there's a whole highlight footage over the years of Mitchell Robinson locking Tatum up on the perimeter, for sure. There's a whole lot. I've seen it. There's a whole highlight footage over the years. Even when Mitchell Robinson had like the blind tips on the end of his fro. Like, yeah, there's a whole highlight package over the years of Mitchell Robinson locking that man up. I don't know why that was the matchup he was looking for, because he ain't got great success with that matchup, for sure.
Yeah, highest plus minus rating out of every player in the finals so far.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what he had to do right there, bro. Because when he got to that little free throw line and he hit that little hezzy move, he left Mitchell. And I was just like, bro, if he just
did. I thought he was gonna raise up right then and there. I don't know why.
Exactly. He just drove. He just went even further. I was just like, oh, he's overthinking.
You know why?
He gotta do.
Because it's a highlight package of Mitchell Robinson blocking his jump shot. Highlight package. Whole highlight package. I'm telling you. I'm not lying. I seen it.
I believe you. I believe you.
I seen it with a T. You feel me?
Yeah. Oh man, Thunder and Nuggets. First game was very dramatic. The Nuggets came back in dramatic fashion. Took game one. Thunder didn't like that. They took that very personal. Jordan meme, pun intended. Shy 34 points. What was it? Chat, your boy Chat, looking like a monster. Who else showed up? Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
He showed up game one. He showed up game two though.
Yeah, I mean
that was like almost a 50-point win.
Yeah, at the end of the day, this is literally what you want to see. Everything we talk about the Celtics and this, that, and the third, the Thunder right here is showing what you needed to see right here. Is you get beat by a game winner as it happens to have bad execution at the end, last 2 minutes, bad execution, this, that, and the third. Yeah, we messed up. Yes, we messed up. That you go out there and just smoke these boys. You want to take their heart out. You had Jokic go ahead and get 6. He fouled out the game, and he took everybody out. Like, all right, well, that's the end of the game. You got the
As
best
soon as he
player fouling out. You know what I mean? This is
You're like,
the
all right,
type of
everybody
statements.
will get a shot.
Yeah, this is the type of statements and adjustments you want to make. You want to
Yeah.
take these people's hearts. This is taking hearts right here. But it's Denver. Denver's still a championship team, so their hearts ain't taken. But when you go out there and do that, you're like, oh man, the media is on whose side now? For real, for real.
SGA baby, SGA baby. Whew,
Right.
he's the dog. Now I like this game, man. That game was like from wire to wire, like they was not letting up at all. And anytime they like try to chip away, Westbrook try to get some rah-rah in, big up his teammates, try to install some confidence in his guys, and it still didn't work because SGA was like, I really don't care. Matter of fact, SGA was calming people down. I think Jalen was about to get into it with Westbrook. He was like, nah, we're good. We're good. We're right where we want to be. And Chet, oh my gosh, I've never seen Chet play this type of defense against Joker ever.
Yeah, I mean, it was Chet, but the thing about it, it was OKC as a totality.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of help. It was a lot of
it was a lot of help. And the thing about it with the help, it was like one of the times where Jokic is one of the people you don't send too much help to, because he's gonna pick you apart. But these helps was coming out of nowhere. They was out on a flight of the ball. On the flight of the ball, they was there. They was there at different wonky moments where it's just like, yo, you can't really predict how they're doing it this time one way or they doing it the next way. It's just like, yo, whoever's the closest at the moment, who got the best shot, you go for it, and the rest of the team is adjusting to that person.
Yeah,
where it's a natural flow to it, where it's just not like, oh, it's predictable. I know this block is coming this time. Nah, sometimes it might be the wing, and it was just like they were attacking him, and then
it was
Chet had the thought process as a younger player who's actually still young. He was adjusting to how they was playing too. Like if they came and attacked one way, he went the other way. So the next move Jokic does, it's like right into him, or he's just playing well. It's just like he had it.
It was a massive
like what you wanted from him.
Yeah. And all that defense led to easy offense, and then on top of it, they was hitting their shots. That was the name of the game from the first game. They wasn't hitting their shots in the first game. I think SGA had like 12 points at the end of that game. He didn't even get to the free throw line like that. I mean, it was a tale of two games. But I mean, you love to see it. Thunder's #1 team for a reason, and we've been calling it. It was good, man.
I think obviously I think the Thunder's gonna win, but I also think the Thunder's offense goes with how often SGA can get to the line. I mean, I think that does something to their whole squad. And to be perfectly honest, I feel like SGA is what everybody could call Jalen Brunson. I've seen some foul merchants in my time, and SGA is up there with the best of them. Don't get me wrong, he nice. Boy is super nice, but he's a foul merchant. You feel me? And the thing I like about them is not all about they could shoot. They could shoot with the best of them, but it's not all about that for them. You know what I mean? Your best player does his best work in the mid-range and getting to the cup. So even when the shots is not falling, you can always give SGA the ball and be like, yo, we need you kind of to cook. We need you to kind of cook right now and get us back in the rhythm. You feel me? And that's the difference between, that's what you said, like, this is what the Celtics supposed to be doing. The Celtics don't do that. SGA going to do that. Oh, nah. We ain't got to shoot a million threes. I'm about to go to this mid-range. I'm getting to the cup. Nobody could guard me. You feel me? Can't nobody check me. And that's how he move, and that's how the squad move off of his aura. You feel me? SGA is an aura merchant, bro. And the team feeds off of that, bro, for sure. You know what I mean?
I think they also feed off of Caruso. I think, me and X was talking about the Caruso trade at the beginning of the season, but I think that trade was what solidified them going forward, because they needed that vet presence that not only is a savvy defender, but he's a calming force. He was the calming hand in game 1. In game 2, they didn't really need him like that. But game 1, they needed him. When everything was falling apart, he was in the game. He led the team in plus minus. He was hitting timely shots. It was just everybody else. The Denver was doing more at that point. But you look at game 2, SGA took over the game, did what he had to do from start to finish. But I think as soon as Joker went to the bench, he went to the bench. I was scared. I didn't think Joker was gonna get fouled out. with like 16, 17 minutes left to play in the game. That's insane.
Over.
That's insane. Wolves and Warriors. Last night's game was very hard to watch as a Warriors enthusiast, watching Steph in street clothes, just looking like they absolutely missed their daddy.
Yeah, I mean, it was as expected.
No, it was
from watching a team that's have Steph on the court than not having him on the court. Yep. This isn't the Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One where you could just be like, all right, we got Kevin Durant, cool. No, we got Jimmy Butler, who's older. We got Draymond Green, who's older. We got a bunch of the young cats. Did we see some good things out there? I've seen some good things with Kaminga and stuff. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we are still going against a great team in the Timberwolves, even with a beat up Anthony Edwards. But we had no answer, and it pains to say it, we had no answer for Julius Randle.
Or Naz Reid.
Or Naz Reid. It was just literally like, oh man, what are we gonna do? We didn't play our bigs enough with Mooney and Post only getting like 3 minutes each.
Yep.
And it was just like Moody, like these guys just wasn't ready for this to be playing without Steph Curry. And it's just like this is what we expected. This is gonna be a loss.
So undecisive at times where I see Pods coming off the screens. I seen Pods was wide open. Jimmy Butler passing the ball. He's wide open. He hesitates and passes the ball back to Butler. I was like, yeah, they're not ready.
Yeah,
they're not ready.
Gotta shoot that.
They're not ready. And Butler was hesitant too to shoot the threes. And I get it. Like you might not hit the three, but you wide open, bro. I'd much rather you take that wide open shot and miss than you dribble into the defense and put up a wild shot to try to get a foul.
Yeah.
Like that at that point in time is a higher percentage shot than what you just did. Because there's no guarantee you're gonna get to the line.
But I'm not against what he did, but I am at the same time because we're still going against Minnesota. And Minnesota as a totality, as a whole, they foul a little too often. So it's like you can go ahead and I think certain people like Kaminga and Butler need to really just be aggressive getting to the basket. Moody needs to be aggressive getting to the basket because sometimes you just need to get to the line.
Yeah,
you know,
get to the line.
You know when I knew they was cooked? Before the game, one of the interviews, they was talking to Jimmy Butler. He's like, "Yo, I'm not a volume shooter. I've never been that my whole career." I said, "Oh no, they in trouble because they absolutely need him to be a volume shooter." What are you talking about? You're not a volume shooter right now. You have to be that. But and that's when I knew they was cooked, and it showed in the game. And to your point, X, about or who said it when I can't remember who said it when the kid with the curly top, I can't pronounce his name.
Pods.
Pods.
He was very undecisive the entire game.
You also got to credit that to the fact that they haven't really played with Jimmy Butler without Steph.
Without Steph,
It probably was only like 5 games.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, do I keep on passing you the ball so you can get in the rhythm? Like, does this happen? Like, I'm not really mad at him in that situation because you need your quote unquote star to go off in that game. You know what I mean? But and shout out to my man Julius Randle. I want Julius Randle to succeed every time he's not playing the Knicks. You feel me? Every time he's not playing the Knicks, I want Julius Randle to have his best game because He's the reason why we here today. You feel me? I was happy to see him play the way he's playing. That Timberwolves team is tough. It was scary to watch Ant go down.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
about to
yeah.
be sad because he's one
Yeah.
of my favorite people to watch play basketball.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Same.
But to see them get back on the court, even at not full strength, if Steph don't get back on the court, I don't think the Warriors are going to win another game.
Yeah.
They're not going to win another game for sure. Yeah, I mean, gentlemen,
Yeah.
if Steph don't get back on the court.
The last time you was on a pod, Jimmy Butler went down, and I told you that the Warriors could win without Butler. It's the opposite with Steph. The Warriors cannot win without Steph. Not in the playoffs. It's different if it's the regular season where the games kind of really don't matter. You could take that loss and move on to the next game because you have a whole nother team you're playing. This is a 7-game series where you need your best player every single game. And luckily it's not too bad of a hamstring injury. I mean, even though it's a grade 1 strain, it's not too bad. He can ramp up. He could try to get back on the court. I think he will for at the very least game 4. I don't know if he'll play for game 3, but they need him. If they lose game 3, he has to tough it up, get injected, get the cortisone shots, get whatever you got to do to get on the floor. You get the treatment right after the game, but you got to be on that floor. I mean, hopefully it doesn't him being on the floor doesn't exacerbate the injury more or create one of those when you overcompensate and then you get a different injury. Hopefully that doesn't happen, especially with Curry's injury history with his ankles. But yeah, they're not winning this series without Curry.
I don't think Curry's even getting back on the floor until game 5. They ain't gonna push I don't think they're gonna push that high key. They already say he's supposed to be out for a week, so he's projected to come back game 5.
Game 5, yeah.
So I don't even think you're gonna do that. You gotta understand this is a hamstring injury. This is a team that technically keep it a stack. Yeah, but let's keep it a stack. This is a team that's old. This is a team that's not even just thinking about winning it this year, but possibly winning it next year as well. So I just think he's gonna come back game 5. If he come back game 4, it's gonna be crazy. But they really just need to button up and tighten up. At least show something good out there. A good product is what we're looking for. But it's tough.
Yeah, so game 4
was fantastic. Because like I said, the T-Wolves, yeah.
And then game 5 will be Wednesday. So a week will be Monday or Tuesday-ish for him to try to be back by game 5 that Wednesday.
Yeah. So like I said, but the thing that we talked about too, they're going against T-Wolves. We said it earlier, T-Wolves have one of the highest ceilings.
Yeah.
As far as the team that really put it together, you could be like, oh, they one of the higher dark horses who's in this. Where you're like, yo, if they really pull it together with all of them working together, they can actually win this.
Yeah,
so it's just
I agree. We've been talking about it all season that they just needed to get everything together. When we talked about Randall finally stepping into the second, third player, yep, and embracing his defensive side and his development as an offensive player. My biggest worry is Ant's health. Because on the flip side of Curry not being out, I don't think the Timberwolves can get past whoever's next. Even if they could get past the Warriors without Ant, they can't get past the Thunder without Ant. They're not going to be able to win the NBA Finals without Ant. They're not going to be able to get to where they want to go to without Ant. So hopefully, Ant's nagging injuries, it's not something serious that persists because Ant goes down. I'm sorry to say, but that's their season.
Yeah, facts.
Now that's 100% fact for real.
That's a whole fact. Anything else, gentlemen?
Well, we talked about we talked about whatchamacallit? What's his face? Spurs. Pop. We talked about Pop going to the front office.
Yeah.
Another thing that is coming out of that is Tim Duncan.
Wait, he about to be
Joining on to the front office too.
Oh, he's going to the front office. Oh, okay,
Mhm.
okay. That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's where he
Pop
needs to
brought Tim
be.
Duncan in to shoulder
To-
Wemby, to coach up Wemby. Yeah,
Yeah,
so now
exactly.
he's supposed to be going to the front office too. And shout out to Doc Rivers for stealing paychecks.
I'm sitting here wondering what Doc did this time. I thought they fired him. I know somebody else was booting the whole
They
that got
should.
fired
They should.
already.
He's stealing, man. Take us out of here, bro.
All right, man. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Like, share, sub, and all the above. Your boys is signing out, man. Tea time. Thank you for pulling up, man. Y'all already know, man. You already know, man. Always welcome. So you already know the vibes, man. We out of here, y'all.
Yeah, I'm back, straight facts, in my bag, straight facts, came to bring the hits, nigga, straight facts, straight, tryna hit the fours list, nigga, back, straight, yeah, I'm back.